This tutorial, we're going to walk through the Valentine's Day film strip templates to come up with final images that look like this. There's actually 4 different types or templates within one Photoshop file. You can see them all finished kind of there. So what I'm going to do is walk you through how to put the images into this quickly and how to customize this template. So on this template, this is it here. I've opened it up already. And on the right hand side here under the layers, you can see there's 4 different basically images that you can turn on or off. So right now we've got Happy Valentine's Day down here on the bottom. We can turn that off and turn on the hearts, or we can turn on the Happy Valentine's, I call it the cartoon layer, or the butterfly layer. So basically you select whatever image you'd like on there, and then work on importing your files into the template. So I've already got 3 images opened up in Photoshop of my box photography. If you need help getting these into Photoshop or how to crop them, check out the description, and there are a link to a bunch of videos that'll walk you through step by step how to do that. So what I'm going to do is simply drag and drop these into my template. And quickly arrange them where I want them. So this is just coming up saying it's got a different depth than the source. So one of them is set to 16 bits, and I'm bringing photos in that are 8 bits. So the template's actually 16. Just click yes. It's not going to affect the image. So once I've got them all in, I'm going to come back over to my layers menu, and I'm going to select each of my photos using Shift and clicking on them, left click. And then I'm just going to drag them down underneath the folder that says your images under here. That simply gets them underneath the white grid layer, which is right here. So if we turn that off, you lose your white grid. And then once we've got them selected underneath that folder, what we do is simply work with one at a time and start to align our images with the template. So I always start with the top left corner. I use the transform tool, Control T, to stretch out the box to fit. And I'm going to get it roughly in the spot that I need. A little bit further out. Now if you need to fine tune these, check out the other videos. I've got videos on how to fine tune to get these corners lined up. It's using the warp tool. For this video, I'm just going to quickly walk you through basically how to get these ready to go into the template. So again, there I've just used Control T to get that into position. Same thing, top left corner, Control T, stretch that out to the corners. Oh, did not mean to turn it. So there you can see I've got it roughly how I want all the corners lined up. You know, you might want to fine tune this a little bit, make sure it's perfect for your client. But that gives you the general idea, and once again you can go through now that you've got this in and change the type of image on the card itself. So let's work with this one. So once I've got it finished, I'm going to actually come up here and flatten the image. So go Layer, Flatten Image. It's asking to discard the hidden layers, so go ahead and do that. So this makes it all one layer. And if I'm going to print these on a 5x7, like a typical 5x7 photo, which is a fairly cheap way to print these for your clients, right now this is sized as a 2.5x7, so it's half of the size. So come up here to your image and go to canvas size. And now obviously this is 3000, it's in pixels here. You can flip it over to inches and you'll see it's much bigger than 2.5 by 7, but it's actually scaled bigger so that you get a high quality image if you want to send it to them as a digital. So I'll just go back to pixels. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double the width. So I'm gonna go from 3000 to 6000. And I'm gonna make sure that I've clicked here on the anchor to the far left. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna add to my image on the right-hand side. So I'm gonna click on OK. So that's doubled my, basically my canvas. And before I do that, sorry, I'm gonna come back and copy my flattened image. So I've just undone that. So before I go in and stretch my canvas, I'm gonna select it, Control C to copy it. Now I'm gonna come back up and do that again. So canvas size, I'm going to double my canvas to 6000, anchor it on the left. So it's gonna add that, and now I'm gonna paste what I had copied, Control V. So there's a duplicate, and I'm simply going to move it over until I've got 2 of these lined up. And once again, I can flatten this layer, or flatten this image. So there it's flattened. I can now basically export this file, export as, and you can save this for whatever printing preferences you require. I always just, for a simple image or photograph, save it as a JPEG. I'm gonna save it as full quality and send this off to the printer as a 5x7. Hope that helps with these templates. If you need any other help with tutorials, check the YouTube channel out. We can walk you through all of the steps for this. And of course, join the White Box Photography group on Facebook, and the link in the below for our shop.